Hi, Foundations of Literature. Happy Tuesday or happy Monday if you're watching this on Monday night when I'm recording it. Okay. Remember, I'm not in today, so we don't have Zoom class. You are just doing this independent assignment. The independent assignment is something called the Lexile, which a lot of you guys have probably done before. I'm just going to explain to you what that is. Okay. So, under week 4 of Google Classroom, you're going to see an assignment. It says Independent Class Lexile. I will be checking at 6 p.m. on Tuesday the 16th to see that this is done. Okay. The reason for that is I need to take attendance, so I need to see that this is done. It's also like a really important data point for the beginning of the year, so it's important for you to take this. Okay. So here's what the Lexile is. It's basically a reading measure. And I say a reading measure because we measure reading in 100 different ways. Like reading has to do with like how much you read, how confident you feel, how you can comprehend things. And this measure is just one kind of like piece of the puzzle when we figure out like where you are at with your reading life right now. Okay. It's an important thing for literature because we'll take it several times throughout the semester to be able to see like how you're growing as a reader. So it really like is important that you take this measure seriously because it can really give you an accurate picture of how you're growing this semester. It doesn't like count against your grade. It doesn't like penalize you or reward you in any way. It just gives you data to let you know how you're doing and how you're growing as a reader. So that's why this measure is important today, okay? So here's what the Lexile looks like. If you already know how to do this, great, just log in. Your login information is in your email, okay? But if you don't, I'm going to walk you through this. So you can click this link that says Student Access, okay? It will take you to a page that looks like this. Once you have done that, you'll click on the blue button that says Reading Inventory, and it'll take you to a login screen, okay? So once you log in, you're going to use this information, and this is also emailed to you. You'll use your student ID number as your username, so whatever like your ID number is, and then your password is HCHS 2020. Okay, so use that to log in. Once you have logged in, please double check the name, make sure that it's your account, okay? I'll show you an example of this. When you log in, it's going to look like this, okay? It'll first ask you what are some types of books you like to read. The reason it's asking you that is because at the end, it'll give you some recommendations for books, so it wants to like know things that are interesting for you. So I'm going to say, I love space and mystery, and action and adventure. You can say whatever you want, right? Okay. Then you'll hit next. It gives you some directions, and this is really important. You're going to read a passage and like complete a sentence or answer a quick question about what you read. Okay, it's like kind of measuring your comprehension of that passage. And you'll use the next button to go to the next question. There is a feature called skip. You can use skip 3 times. So if you're like on a question, you're just like, I'm over this question, like I've had enough of it, you can use skip 3 times and it doesn't penalize your score at all. Okay, so I'll give you an example of how this looks. I would read this passage. Okay. Oh, I actually should read it. Ooh, I think they do this. Okay, so then I would hit next when I've given my answer. And it keeps asking you questions, okay? One thing that's important to know about the Lexile is I can't tell you how many questions it will ask you. It's going to keep asking you questions until it feels like it's kind of like a SMART test, right? So it's going to ask you a question, and depending on how you answer, it'll ask you kind of like a next level sort of question, and it's just going to keep asking you questions like at different sort of like levels until it thinks it has a good measure for you. And then at the end, it'll give you a number. We'll talk more about what those numbers mean, but just know it's like a data point. It's important so that we can measure your growth this year. okay? So, one more time, you should click this link, enter your login. It's your Hiawatha student ID, HCHS 2020. It's also in your email, so check your email. And if you have any issues that come up, please just make sure that you either email me or give me a text or anything like that, because this is your attendance check for Tuesday, so it's important that I know any questions that come up. Okay, I think you have all the information you need. See you on Wednesday. Bye.